And now if I exit Skype, he will say, I'm texting you. I do not need to send it to my friend. Just, you see, always when I show you something in the screen, especially if it's in English, you can just go and look for certain words. Like, let's see, he says, she was 6 years old. Type that in the search engine. You will find it. Why you are asking me to send it to you? Because you might watch my video in any other channel. Always learn how to find the same reference. Google will help you. This is sunnah.com, where Muslim they have the translation of the hadith. But this website does not have everything. But as long as I'm showing you in the same website, obviously it is in the website. So S1, are you there? Abdul, until now I got nothing from you. So you are obviously you're an idiot. What a liar. All right. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you don't know. I mean, who is those kids? The funny when you bring, you know, like when the Muslim they say to you, "I will bring my sheikh," and then their sheikh he call us, and then everybody laugh at his sheikh. Then he say, "This is not a sheikh," but you are the one who brought him, and you are the one who said he is a sheikh. You know, so depending on what would happen, right? If their sheikh he do good, he is a sheikh. He is wonderful. And you will notice that all of them, they share one thing, the bully. You know, they are bully. Like, you know, the Christian prince wearing burqa. There we go. Why Christian prince wearing burqa? Because he is not showing his face. My friend, I don't look good. I mean, I look so scary. I don't like to show my face. What's the problem? As long as you don't talk to people who don't show their face, why are you even mentioning my name? What's your problem then? Just focus on the one who shows his face. Idiot. Your God don't show his face. Right? I like the video made by this Christian from, I think he's from Pakistan. He went in the front of the mosque of this potato guy. What's his name? Uthman. And he asked him to write a verse. He ran away. Here we go. This is a Christian. He is, I don't know how much he knows about Islam, but he got you busted in 2 seconds. It's one. Just get lost, man. Just get lost. I have nothing from you. You're a liar. Get out of here. I have no time for kids. Now, let us see. How many people here are from Indonesia? Give me one if you are from Indonesia. How many people now join us from Indonesia? Give me one. Because this time it is noon time for you, right, in Indonesia? Are you guys join us and you are eating? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't give more than one. Man, a lot of people from Indonesia. Okay, okay. That's good. That's wonderful. Malaysia too, all right. Japan. a lot of people from Asia, I can tell. By the way, I really like Asian people, you know. For some reason, I feel that Asian people, they are, let us say, I mean, there's many good positive things more than the negative, but there's negative for sure. As an example, negative things about Asian, they are very emotional, you know, which means they can switch like weather, like in a second, you know, from happy to sad. But generally speaking, Asian people are really wonderful people. And maybe the good thing about them, that they are emotional, because we're a human. We don't want to be like a steel, you know. So it's good to have somebody he feel for you, you know, a friend or neighbors, or somebody he feel for you, somebody he feel your sadness, your happiness. So Asian, they have different, let us say, nature from, let us say, European or white people. They are more friendly, they are more open, they are more family-oriented. But again, every group of people, they have some negative and positive. As an example, European people, they have something very good, which is they don't put your nose in your business. In Asia, no, they put your nose in your business. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Filipino people are wonderful too. Actually, I like Filipinos because they are very family people, you know. I saw some Filipinos, they have kids, they are not their, even their kids. You will see somebody, he's taking the cousin of the cousin of the cousin child, which means even the child is not even like something directly related to him. They adopt children just because they are from cousin of the family, and they spend their money on them. They buy them gifts, they grow up in their house, they treat them as their own. Very wonderful, you know, that's very, very nice thing. So there's one thing about Filipinos, they are very, very close as a family, you know, they support each other. You will see someone working, which is might be negative too, like spending his life working in Saudi Arabia to send all the money he have to spend in his family. Poor guy, you know. So there those things you don't really find between Western in general, you know. Like in the West, you become 18, go find a job. That's it. You want to stay home? You have to pay. Generally, Eastern people, they have different culture. Like for us as a Middle Eastern, if a female, she stay in the house even until she is 60, you know, she's welcome to stay. And nobody will force her to leave. And I saw sometime videos on YouTube, a girl, she is saying, I convinced my mom to let me stay in her place and I will pay a rent for the room. For us, this is something impossible to happen. For us in our tradition, this is shame, you know. This is impossible. So every culture have some negative and positive, but Asian people in general, I believe they have a lot of positive things. Yeah, we have people from Iraq, people from Syria, wonderful. You wish that your boys can move out now at 18? Well, I don't think this is a good idea, because you see, when you make your son move at 18 or your daughter, then you expose them to a lot of risk. They are still young to make right decision. That is not a good idea. You see, 18 is not really good to be alone. You know, for me at 18, I mean, depend for sure. Like in some places, 18 years old is a man, is a grown man, right? But in the West, he is not yet. In the Middle East, we have a harsh life, very harsh life. So a person, he is 13 years old in the Middle East, he experienced something a person he is 20 years old in the USA did not experience. Same for people who they are like in the Philippines or in let us say, countries who have a lot of suffering. A child, he go to work when he is 2 years old. You know? So that, for sure, he's not going to wait for his 18. He's already in the street. But those, they have no choice. It's not because this is the best for them, but because their family are very poor. So I advise you, if you have children, don't wish them to go out of the age of 18. Let them establish themselves, help them. They are your kids. You don't want them to go and associate themselves with some people doing drugs, you know, bad friends. This is where you destroy your children, actually. You know? But anyway, for me, I find that this is not right. But maybe for you, you can make it right. I don't know. For me, I believe this is not right. All right, in America and Jordan, all right. About Mary and Jesus painting in Kaaba. Well, you know, the Kaaba, it was like the expo of Emirat for religions, you know. So obviously there was many religions there. And this is telling you that Islam is the one who destroyed the freedom of the Arab. The Arab, they used to be very, you know, I mean, very friendly to each other. As an example, when the Muslims say to you, there's a 360 gods around the Kaaba, correct? That means there's 360 religions in one space, and nobody can anyone. Islam came, peace is gone. So even the pagans, who they are pagans, they were not satanic as Muhammad. Correct? Because how those people, they are, or they have 365, according to Muslims, 365 God, 365 idols, and all of them, they all exist in one space, in one, like 100 meter. That means those people, they are very, very, you know, tolerant to each other. He worship his God, I worship my God, nobody can anyone. Okay. Islam come, freedoms disappear. Well, there's nothing inside the Kaaba. The Kaaba is just a room, you know, and before it used to have no roof. If you have my book, you will see that the roof, they add the roof for the Kaaba because other people who have other Kaaba, they used to come and throw garbage on the Kaaba from the top of the wall. And this is why they put in a roof to prevent throwing garbage inside the wall. Otherwise, there was no roof. So it's just a room. Actually, there's videos on YouTube for inside the Kaaba. For now, they have marble. It's a small room. It's not even, you know, there's nothing. Ultimate Farmer, the Bible channel CP. Well, you know, I'm waiting for the Lord to make me decide to go for it. You know, when that will happen, I will let you know. Well, I'm not sure about the numbers. I mean, when they say 365, this is what they say. I mean, in their books saying that, but we don't know if this is true or not. But obviously, there's many gods. And those people, they are fine with it. And Allah was one of them. Wherever Islam goes, this is the experience. I mean, if we don't learn from history, then history means nothing for us. Wherever Islam goes, peace disappear. Go find and go check now all the wars in the world, where it's happening. All terrorism. You will find Islam behind it. You are trying to build Murtad Center. Okay. Well, you know, You do not need to build a center as a physical building. You can always create a movement, even if you are just one person in your computer. If we ask now the Indonesian, how many people watch the videos of Christian Prince? You will say to me, there's millions. Okay, that's wonderful. But Christian Prince himself, he never thought, I never thought, to be honest with you, that one day, people in the end of the world, I mean, I never met them, I never saw them. They will be listening to my videos, the videos will be like a, make a big difference for them. So you can do the same. It's not a center. It's not a building. It is an individual. He has faith and he fight for it. An individual who have faith and he have the truth and he is wise, or she is wise. It's not really a building. They will say to you, Christian Prince and his team, they think I have a company. I have a friend, you know him, like Osama Dakdok. Sometimes he receive emails from people asking him to talk to my secretary. They think I have secretary. Can you talk to secretary of Christian Prince? So they think like I have an organization, I have an army of people who work with me. I'm just normal person like you. Right now I'm talking to you wearing my not my short, it's cold now, but usually I'm wearing my short. So you can build a center and you can be the center without being inside the center. So I encourage you all, don't ever think that you can make no difference. You see, when I start talking, I mean, my English is funny. People make fun of my English always, even now. For sure now it's way better than before, So, I mean, there's a lot of challenges around you. I mean, look what I did. Not only I wrote books in English. See, if in Arabic it's very acceptable, In English, look how challenging the journey is. So, if you are a person who is willing to walk, you will go to the end of the road, and that end is victory. But if you are a person, anything can make you disappointed, feel down, unhappy, depressed, like I see some people on YouTube, without saying names, you will go, it's today, guys, I feel sad, it's today. This guy, he don't fit to be speaking about Islam, because Islam will bring you stress. You have to be strong. Today I don't feel good, and etc. And my wife, etc. and etc. I mean, even they go and they tell the stories what's happening in their house for everybody. Why you want to do that? My friend, if you don't fit for the fight, don't go for the fight. You have to be spiritually strong, mentally strong, confidence, and nothing can make you retreat, because they will try everything to take you down. They will threat you. If you are a male, they will send you women. Imagine. I remember once, this was a long time ago, I was in PalTalk. A girl, she came to the chat room and she said, Christian Prince, I'm a Mexican, I'm thinking to convert to Islam. Can I talk to you in private? So like, okay, I'm a Christian, and oh no, this is not good. I don't want her to convert to Islam, right? So it's the normal thing. I would say, okay, well, hold on, don't do that. I will talk to you. So she called me in Skype, and I was showing her verses about women, Hadith, etc., how Islam look at women. And then her camera opened, and I said, you do not need to open the camera, please sit down. She said, I don't know how to do it. The camera opened by itself when I call you. I said, okay, no problem. She said, so should I hang up and go? So like she made it like as a condition to talk to her, the camera is open. And then when I'm talking to her, I noticed that the shirt in her chest is going down, like she is pushing it, she's putting it down, like it's extending. And then I felt something fishy, because I said to her, so you know nothing about Arabic? She said no. The room behind her is kind of dark, but I look at the wall at the end of the room. It's a long room. It's like a saloon. I saw a Quran, you know, like, you know, the writing Quran, like art, you know, at the end of the wall. And so I said, so you do not know Arabic, right? She said, no. And then in the same moment, somebody opened the door and he spoke to her in Moroccan accent. Moroccan accent. So what they were trying to do, they were trying to send me a woman to tempt me. Maybe he will do something wrong. Maybe he will get tempted. Maybe we can get him busted. Maybe we can record him. This is how low they can go. They send me a woman from their own. So they can go so far with their evil. So she is not a Mexican. She have an accent. Actually, she fooled me with the accent she's speaking. I thought she's a Mexican. She's a Moroccan. She's a Muslim. And they sent her. So when you go to fight Islam, they will do anything you can imagine to stop you. Anything. Like when they harass David Wood, they start posting pictures about his wife or apostate prophet. All of this is harassment, so they make you feel frustrated, make you feel that you are threatened. They want to make you feel uncomfortable. So when you go in this field, you have to be ready, because you are fighting the devil. The devil himself. And you know, the funny thing is, let us say this guy is, you know, let us say that they were successful to tempt somebody. He is a Christian. Okay, well, and so what? I mean, if he is a priest, maybe this will be bad, but every man is a man at the end of the day, and he can be tempted. So you proved what? Still, your prophet is a perverted man. And actually, by doing that, you prove to us that your prophet obviously is a perverted, because if you are willing to send your sister to strip for a Christian person, just to refute that person, that Islam is good. How bad Islam is that, you know? What happened to that number? I don't know what number is that. If you try to ask me a question, make it clear. Otherwise, I will not understand what you are saying. What number? We have a Muslim. His name is Azam, and Azam is saying CP is an idiot. Azam, why I am an idiot? Do you like to explain to us, guys? He's a Muslim, and he is saying Christian Prince is an idiot. Why? Can you please help us? See, we don't do what Muslims do. Like, if somebody he says something against what me, I will block you. I will block you if you keep saying he's an idiot, but you don't tell me why. So, can you tell me why I'm an idiot? I'm listening. Go ahead. Guys, aren't you interested to know why Christian Prince is an idiot? See, people are waiting for you. Look, even I put it in the screen so everybody can see what you said. Here we go. We publish it for you. I want everybody to see what you wrote. So, what age I start debating? Well, if I want to say a first debate ever I had, I was like, you know, let's say, I mean, almost a teenage. You know, I was just a kid. It was actually about DDAT. They brought a videotape of DDAT and they asked me to watch it with them, and then I got them busted. I said this video, obviously, because my English is not too much good at that time, and actually it still isn't good. But I said, look, you know, play the video again. You will see that there is somebody cut the video because the question had nothing to do with the answer. This is the first thing I encounter really as a, let us say, a real argument. So Azam, are you there? I will tell you why. Because you cannot explain the contradiction in the Bible about Judah's death. Well, no, we can explain, and you are a stupid idiot, because when the Bible says that Judah he killed himself, and the Bible says that Judah he fell down and his body shattered, because simply he hanged himself, and then when your body decay, your body will fall down, and then your body will shatter. So you're stupid. Here we go, answer you. Took us 2 seconds. You see how stupid you are? If I say, as an example, your Prophet Muhammad, he died because of poison. Huh? Okay. And then the Prophet, his belly explodes, because the hadith says, قَدْ أَنْتَنَا, he smell, he stink. So if he keep, you know, قَدْ رَبَى بَطْنَهُ, which means his belly grow full of gas. So if you leave Muhammad for a few days more, his belly will shattered. So if I say Muhammad, his like Muhammad who his belly shattered when he died, I'm not lying. This is what happened. You are just a silly person. However, Azam, are you willing to call me and let us talk about contradiction? In the same time, as long there's a contradiction in the Bible, so how your stupid Quran says that I confirm what is between their hands? Azam? Eh? The Quran confirmed the story of Judah with us, because the Quran says, I accept what is with them. So look how stupid this religion is. How you explain to us the contradiction? So why the Quran confirming the contradiction? You're a dummy like your prophet. That's why if you call me, I will make you shish kebab in 2 seconds. No, I do not need to pull them up. I know what happened. Both of them, they describe the same story. A person who hung up himself, and then after a few days, his body will decay and he will fall down and his body will be shattered. You're an idiot like your prophet. This is what you have against us? I mean, try with something even like, try harder. And now answer, if we assume that what you are saying is true, so how your stupid God says confirm what is with them? The gospel and the Torah. What is between their hands? لِمَا مَعَهُمْ. Whatever with us. Read the Quran in front of you. Chapter 2, verse number 89. Potato. So this is what you're excited with. You know, you go to Muslim channel, they told you this, Christian cannot explain that, this is a contradiction. It's a contradiction for the fool, not for us. Watch the video of yesterday and laugh and see how Allah, he is God, but he don't remember which one he created first, the mountains or the stars. You are adding to scriptures, haram? Well, okay, if I am adding to the scriptures, so you stupid, how your prophet, he swear on it and he confirm it? See, you're refusing to answer what I'm showing you. I'm showing a screen. If I am adding to the scriptures, why your stupid prophet in his Quran accepted? Okay, I will bring up the scriptures. Are you willing to call me? Azam? Are you willing to call me? In front of everybody. You show me the contradiction in the Bible and we will laugh at you because we give you the answer already. And then I will speak about the same thing in your book. What do you say? So are you willing to call me? I will open Skype for you. Zoom, are you willing to do it? Trust me, Zoom. Whatever happened here, nobody will know about it. It's between us. It's just YouTube. You know, people from Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, you know, Europe, Iraq, I mean, nobody, just between us. So do you like to call me Azam? Listen, Azam, if you call me and you show everybody the contradiction, you will become famous. What do you think, Azam? Here we go. You call me and we will put the scriptures. You are the one going to show me this contradiction, isn't it you? Azam, I will give you 3 minutes to say yes, I will call you. Otherwise, I will send you free shipping and handling to Allah. I don't have time for kids. So are you a man who will call me and get me busted or not? If you are not, then go. I have no time for kids. I will give you 3 minutes. Let me know if you are a man. If you are not, then cut that thing between your legs and don't claim that you are a man, because obviously you are not. Allah, He gave you extra privilege because of that thing between your legs. And obviously you don't have it. You are like Muhammad. He spent 10 hours to find, he went to pee. Prophet, why you are taking so long to pee? He said, I need to find it first. So are you looking for it? Azam? Or you are not a man? Which one you will find faster? Skype? Or what is there, which is not there? Drop the link. Get out of here. I think this is the same kid, you know, he went and he came back. We blocked him. Get lost. Potato. The funny thing about Muslims, there's things you can say in different channels. Here, you cannot play with me. And the reason they don't dare to call, because they knew they cannot play. And the Muslim, sometimes he tried to be smart, so he said, like ultimate thought, he said, okay, I don't accept any tafsir, so now what Christian prince he can do? I don't accept any hadith, so what Christian prince he can do? Supposedly he struck me from all the papers I can play with. I don't accept hadith. I don't accept tafsir. I don't accept interpretation. I don't accept the Arab. So now, like, supposedly, like, how I'm going to debate me? I said, I told him I don't accept all of this. So he can't show me Ibn Kathir. He can't show me Al-Bukhari. And so Christian Prince, now he can do nothing. Still, we got you busted. Doesn't matter. I'm going to grab you from your tail. Even if the room have no corner, I will corner you. You are talking to me. Deal with it. Even if the room is a circle room, I will corner you. Potato. All right. Anything else? Yeah, I blocked him. I don't have time for kids, you know. Okay, hold on. So if you come here and you say to Christian Prince, you cannot answer this, and I answered you. Anyone can go and read the verses, and he can see. Like, when you have 3 or 4 people talking about the same story. Okay. So let us say a person, he have a car accident. He have a car accident. The first person, he says, this person, he died because of car accident. Then the second person, he said, this person, he died because his heart was bleeding. The third person, he said, his lung was bleeding. Well, all of them, they are telling the truth, because of the car accident, his heart was bleeding and his lung was bleeding, and he died. So, very silly. But when you are just looking desperately to find a contradiction, you will find it if you are looking for something you try to fabricate. Here in our side, we are showing you from your Quran, step by step. In one verse, Allah, he says, he created the mountain after he created the earth right away, which means the second thing is the mountain. We go to a different verse, we will find the opposite. The last thing, it was the mountain. So there is no need even to debate about it. But anyway, even when you come to show us into contradiction, we say to you, call us to show us, you don't dare to do it. This is telling you how weak you are. Muslims are weak believers. This is why they have weak hadith. You ask any Muslim, what do you think about this hadith? He says to you, it's weak. What kind of religion they accept to believe that their prophet, the story they wrote about him, is a fabrication? They are saying to us that we Muslim, we lie. About who? About our prophet. This is what they were saying. So you have books in your libraries, all those hundreds of years, and they are the highest books for you. The second we quote for you what is in your books, the books are not good no more. That because your religion is weak and your prophet is weak. How you can find a good wife? Somebody told you that I am your neighbor who work in how I can find a good wife. Look, I need to find a good wife for me first. How I can find a good wife? Like somebody saying to, like somebody told you that, Christian Prince, you have 10 wives. If I can find a good wife for me, I will advise myself first before I advise you. People are funny. Unbelievable. Here we go. Captain, he changed his name, he came back. Well, moreover, the Bible is written by many different authors. It doesn't matter, because simply the Bible is a book of books, you idiot. You are again son of Muta. The problem is that you have a book which is supposedly written by one author, yet this author contradicts himself. Change your name and come back. See, this is against you, because if we have different author, as you are saying, and each one of them is saying something, well, they are different author. Otherwise, if we have one book, there's no need for the second person to write the same book. That would be stupid. As an example, if we have the book of Luke, and then the book of Luke is exactly the same as the book of John, so why John need to write a book the same as the book of Luke? Hey John, this is the same exact book of Luke, so why you are writing it again? Oh, okay, I like to do copy-paste. So Abdul, when we say we have 4 Gospels, that because Christianity is consistent. For 4 individuals is reporting the same story, and everyone is giving you a dimension of the story. If you look at yourself, you have 4 dimensions. 1 in the front, 1 in the left, 1 in the right, and 1 in the behind. Each one who stand in a place, he see the same object, but he will see different side. The perfect dimension is 4 dimension, because we saw it from all direction. So the 4, they complete the story. They don't add to it, they don't take from it. They make it more understood and more explained and more, let us say, livable story. If I was next to Jesus when he was on the cross, let us say I was 20 meters away, but there's a person who was 10 meters away. That person who is 10 meters away, he will hear more what Jesus is saying than someone like me. So for me, I can say what I heard from people around me because their voice is loud to me. But I cannot tell you what the one who was 20 or 50 meters away was saying. So this is your silliness. However, in your Quran, it says, Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu. It is on us to collect it and to put it as a book. But Allah, He did not collect the book. He did not gather the book. Who is the one who did that? Muhammadan. And then we find that the Quran of Uthman, none of you have it. The Quran of Muhammad, none of you have it. The Quran of Hafs, none of you have it. I mean, Muhammad, he says Allah, he sent him 7 Quran. None of them you have. You claim that you have recitation of a person who was 200 years after Muhammad. His name is Hafs. And then we go and take a look at Hafs. We found that the Muslims in their book, they say that he was a thief. And he was a fraud. What is your view about Buhaira writing the Quran? I don't believe that Buhaira, he wrote the Quran. I believe the one who wrote the Quran is Waraqa ibn Nawfal. Unless you can provide me different evidence. If you remember in the Hadith it says that when Waraqa he died, the inspiration of Allah is paused. Correct? Buhaira, he don't live in Mecca. So Muhammad, he needs somebody to supply him in the moment. On the time. There's no internet at that time to send messages, you know. So when Waraqa he died, Muhammad stopped receiving Quran and Muhammad tried to kill himself. You remember the hadith? Here you need to ask yourself, and even the hadith says that Waraqa was writing a Quran, was writing Injil in Arabic. That is the Quran. If we ask the Muslims what happened to this book, which Waraqa was writing, where'd it go? Is Waraqa is a deceiver? They will say no. Is Waraqa is a bad Christian? They will say no. Is Waraqa following the true God? They will say yes. So where is his book? Here you see that Waraqa, he became a Christian and he was writing the Injil. Read carefully. Who during the pre-Islamic period become a Christian and used to write an Arabic writing and used to write the gospel in Arabic. Do you see it? That is the Quran. And then when this guy he died, Muhammad stopped receiving messages from Allah. So what is the connection between his death and Quran? It's obvious. Right? Here you see that few days after Waraqa died and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. A while means long time. And the Prophet becomes so sad. So we have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of the high mountains. Here again, this is confirmed that Muhammad is so desperate. He lost hope. He didn't know what to do. The guy was giving him Quran is dead. To the point he tried to kill himself. So for me, I believe that Waraqa is more convincing to be the one behind Muhammad, and I believe actually Waraqa is the real father of Muhammad. Can you give that which says we have not sent any spirit, this verse, to prove Muhammad is a false prophet? I'm not sure what you mean. We have not sent any spirit. I'm not sure what you are trying to say. You have to make it more clear, my friend. Do we have any Abdul want to say anything? Tabari Tafsir Muslim, they say this one is a true tafsir. Well, if they say this is a true tafsir, that's wonderful, because the Tabari will expose all of Islam. You see, if you go to the books of tafsir, like in this website here at tafsir.com, this is the Jordanian government website. So if you go and click here at books, you will find a long list, you know, really huge list. And you will find the date of those lists. Like as an example here, this is 150 after Muhammad announced himself doing hijrah or immigrating. This is the calendar of the Muslims. So the more earlier it is, the more truthful it is. So when the Muslim, they say, we accept this guy as long it is earlier, no problem, that's wonderful. Because at that time, the Muslim did not need to compromise like today, to say, oh, it doesn't say beat the women, oh, it doesn't say, etc. You know what I mean? So they were like, at that time, in their glorious gang time, killing everybody, occupying land. So they have no reason to compromise in their books. So books who can explain Islam is books which is very early in Islam, can be considered more truthful than other books who came, like Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir, he came 800 years of Muhammad, after Muhammad. That's mean 1,400 years after Jesus. You know what I mean? So this guy is pretty new compared to the rest. So his translation to fit with that time, or to say his interpretation to fit with that time. So they compromise. So the earth is not a flat no more. The sun is not going in muddy water no more, etc. Right? So here you see the date of every interpretation, and the more it is, the number is small, the more it is better. So now At-Tabari is a 310, which means 310 after Muhammad claiming to be a messenger. But this is not the earliest, but this is one of the earliest. So for me, no problem. Actually, I changed the Muslim to say we agree with this. At-Tabari is very good for me. No problem. Right? Do we have any Abdul? We don't call, we talk face to face like real man. Yeah, well, obviously you are a donkey because you are in the internet. And as long as you do face to face, why you don't go to Israel to face to face? The Jews are waiting for you, potato. Don't you want to get Jerusalem back? Face to face? You're a potato. What happened to face to face? Face to face in YouTube only? In YouTube you want to do face to face? You're in YouTube, you idiot. You're in YouTube, I am in YouTube, I want to debate face to face. Stupid, he is desperate, stupid people. We need face to face, we do not need face to face. Who care? I am here destroying your God. Do something about it. We don't need face to face. Okay, don't do it then. Who care? If you want to debate me face to face or ass to ass, you are a donkey. Like if you can, so I cannot do, but I cannot do good if it's in the internet. So you will do good in the face to face. Trust me, you will do pee-pee when you see my face. I look scary. If I go fishing, I look at the ocean, the fish die. Unbelievable. I go in the elevator, I say hello, nobody answer. I scared the hell of everybody. Good morning, nobody answer. Like hello. By the way, I'm your neighbor, and nobody answer. Everybody's head is down, like okay. You know, and they are breathing heavy. Face to face, what face to face would do? We don't want to go there. You think someone like you can intimidate someone like me? Face to face? You will do pee-pee. Potato. When the Christians, they come to Muhammad and they want to debate him face to face, do you know what Muhammad did? They spent the whole day talking to him. Answer us. Okay, give us an answer. He refused to talk. And then second day he said to them, those who say Allah, he told me to tell you this. Okay, what do you know? Okay. He said, Allah, he said to me, if they have dispute to you about this topic again, which is about Jesus, tell them, bring your wives, I bring my wives, bring your children, I bring my children, and let us ask Allah to curse the one is lying. This is how a Muslim did debate. Are you better than your prophet? Your prophet is a potato. He could not refute the Christians. The Christian party. Take your microphone. May Allah cut my nose if I'm lying. Christian Prince, your turn. May Allah cut my beard if I'm lying. Hey, Christian Prince, that's not fair. I said cut my nose. You said cut my beard? I mean, Abdul. If he can cut my beards, my beard, he can cut my nose too. Don't worry. But he can cut nothing. You still have your nose there, and I still have my beard here. And look how stupid this logic is. So Allah will not curse you unless you ask him to curse you if you are lying. Is that right? So I can lie all day long as long as I'm not asking Allah to curse me. If I am lying, he will not curse me. It's like saying, I'm going to rape women and Allah will not punish me unless I ask him to punish me. What the heck? You're a prophet. He have no IQ at all. Not only you have a low IQ. You remember the guy he called us before, and he says the reason the angels they did a surgery for a prophet and they install a wisdom in his chest because they are improving his IQ. You remember it? It's the you people download it. They are improving his IQ. Okay. Can you give me some point to prove that Muhammad is a false prophet? My friend, a prophet is somebody make a prophecy, correct? Okay. Ask the Muslims, where is the prophecy in the Quran which come true? They will try to give you something from the Hadith, even those will get them busted. As an example, there's a chapter in the Quran, it's called the chapter of Al-Kafirun, which means the chapter of the Kuffar. Muhammad is said to the people of Quraysh, I believe not in what you believe, and you will not believe in what you believe, and I will not believe in what you believe, and I believe, and I will not believe, and I believe, which means, I believe not in what you believe, and you will not worship what I worship, and I will not worship what you worship, because you have your God, I have my God. Later, they convert to Islam. But he just told them, you will not worship what I worship, and I will never worship what you worship, and you will never worship what I worship, because you have your religion, I have mine. But later, they became Muslims. You see why I say stupid? See how easy to get him busted? He told them, you will never. And later, all of them, they became Muslims. So how he is a prophet? By the way, I used to be a prophet before. I will tell you how I was a prophet. As an example, I am the only one who predicted that millions of women, they will have their period every month. Don't tell me, please, how I know that. I mean, it's inspiration. I'm telling you, it's a true story. So when those Abdul, they say, Muhammad is a prophet. Well, a prophet is a prophet who make a prophecy. We look at your prophecy, we laugh. We find that there's no prophecy in the prophecy except the opposite. Muhammad is said that the judgment day is very near and the moon split, which means the judgment day started. The moon split is a sign of a judgment day starting. That's it. I mean, how bigger it is from splitting the moon. But look, the moon is still there and it's not a split. Did Allah glue it back? Prophecy about gold mine. Yeah, Muhammad, he's not the gold mine actually. He said there's a mountain under the river of Euphrates. And this is very soon. And that was 1400 years ago. Read carefully. This is a prophecy. Muhammad, he says, would soon uncover a mountain of gold. Very soon. Would you like to debate Indonesian minister? I would like to debate Indonesian president too. Who cares? Don't tell me what you do. All of them, they are welcome. That would be fun, actually. Sure. Indonesian minister, Indonesia, who cares? You see, titles mean nothing. We debate the human being, not his title. Right? People are people. So what if he's a minister, he have a different brain? He might be more stupid than the rest. How the Muslims explain that Quran says no prophethood comes from except from Abraham and Isaac line? Well, they cannot explain anything. I mean, when you say they explain, let us say they answer that. If we go to the verse, the one you are talking about, you will find that the verse saying clearly that we made the lineage of a prophethood from Abraham, and it's mentioned his children Isaac and Jacob. Doesn't mention Ishmael. How they can answer it? They will say there's other verse saying that Ishmael is a prophet, but doesn't say from his seed will be a prophet. Here it says, and we bestowed on Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we ordained among his offspring prophethood. So he mentioned clearly the names. And then he mentioned names of the prophets will come from Isaac and Jacob. Who is Imam al-Mahdi? If I tell you really who is Imam al-Mahdi, you will laugh. Okay. Do you know, for sure we know Peter, right? Peter. If I tell you that the madness of Muslims goes so far to the point they say that al-Mahdi is the grandson of disciple Peter. It's hard to believe, right? Usually I don't talk about those things because this is a complicated topic. But according to the stupidity of this cult, that Peter, he is the grandfather of al-Mahdi. And now this is the bent in which sect we are talking about. So this is the Shia. The Shia, they say that the disciple of Christ, Peter, he is the grandfather of al-Mahdi, which means the Mahdi is descendant from Peter. Maybe we can make a special topic about this to cover it. And then we can show the reference and the books. But it's hard to believe. I mean, it's not only hard to believe. I mean, like, it's so stupid. I mean, Peter. Hey, don't use the bad word in front of the name of Peter. Do you want me to block you? Are you stupid or what? Clean your nose. Clean your mouth. Don't use the F word. So, you know, the more you read Islamic books, the more you learn, the more you notice how crazy this cult is. So you might be shocked when you hear it. You know, there's many things I don't share really, because there's no, I mean, I focus in what is making things easy, and it is necessary to learn to defeat Islam. There's other things which is not really the major interest. I don't really talk about. The one who fixed the Arabic grammar, his name is Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, and he is a Persian. You can search on Google, who is the one who did the Arabic grammar, you will find his name in English. Search. Well, there's a million things we can talk about Islam. We never mention here. But as you see, you have to give me a reason to talk about it. You see, a knowledge of a man will appear when the reason come. You know what I mean? So usually we speak about certain things, as I said, because it is what I need to arm the Christian with, for it is everyday topic. Al-Mahdi is not really important for me because, you know, I mean, he's not even Muhammad, so what I would talk about, you know. But obviously there's tons of fiction stories about such a person, and, you know, the Muslims are so desperate to try to find, let us say, a special man. When Islam took Christ from their life, those people who've been forced to convert to Islam, they are trying to find a new Christ. So you will find that in Islam there is a 12 Imam. Jesus have a 12 disciple. Muhammad, he says, take the Quran from 4. We find that we have a 4 gospel. And we have 4 disciples wrote the gospel. We find that Muhammad, he used the number 7 and the number 70. This is Jesus' words. So Islam is a counterfeit, false copy of Christianity mixed with other belief. All right? So we can go really far in topic, which will drive you crazy about things the Muslims they believe in. But if there is no reason, I don't talk about. Like, you know, when I spoke about, do you remember when we spoke about the Shia? They believe if you wear a black shoes, you cannot have sex. Your private part will not function. Why I talk about it? Because a Shia called me and he said, well, we are Shia, we don't believe in this garbage of the Muslim Sunni. So right away I got him busted. Okay, let us talk about the Shia. But if you notice, always we focus in the Sunni. So Al-Bukhari, those things are Sunni. But because the Shia is not the one